Let's see.
And then once we get the URL up, we can post it to So Local in case they have issues with that.
Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Okay, we are good to go.
And so I'm
welcome to Hashtag Coffee, where we have so many subscriptions and we've done so many shows on YouTube, and we're just here to scam people. And Sherry B, well, she already commented. I'm just like YouTube. I'm just making fun of YouTube.
Okay,
just kidding, YouTube. We love you.
I'm on our dashboard.
Copy video.
I can't find our video.
Well, look on live. If you're in videos, yeah, you gotta actually click on live to see it, and then it'll pop up.
Hey, there we are.
Yeah, it's all working and everything. Warrant's here. So yeah, apparently most people can comment, and some people, wink, wink, cannot.
Okay, but
okay. So
honest to God,
why are you bringing God into this?
Well, I'm trying to. I see the video, but I can't open it.
Okay.
That's so strange.
That is strange.
Latest upload. This is not working for me.
Okay, so when you're in the dashboard,
yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna get to there. Okay, and then one down, you click on videos. Next to uploads, click live.
Next to uploads, click live. Did that. I see it there, but when I click on it, it takes me to analytics.
Okay. Well, go to the. Okay. What if we do this?
It doesn't take me to the video link.
Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Okay.
So from the Okay. So from the top, you can actually go to.
Yeah, it's probably different for users, but I was in the creator interface there. So
there we go.
Oh, hey, we have comments. We have Donovan Meters in there.
Hey.
All right.
Zestra, what's up? Oh, Virginia. Okay. Jenny.
Nice.
We have so much typing.
Wow. Hey, everything's working.
All right. Victory is ours.
Yeah, I'm afraid to try the song though.
Because they might. I don't know, like how the song's more than 25 years old. Like it really is.
Okay, but if somebody claims copyright, we will get a strike. And if we get 3 strikes, we can't do this anymore. So I would be more comfortable downloading the audio and trying to just play it.
That's the only way they would get it anyway. Isn't it?
No, because if it's a YouTube video that I've been playing,
yeah,
it could show up as,
I just missed the song.
Me too. But again, we have a whole bunch of
test it on a different account. We should create a burner account.
I like that plan.
All right.
I like that plan. So what were we talking about? We were talking about Joe Biden.
Biden was Biden being
and hypermasculinity being an issue.
Yeah. I mean and the only person I just actually saw this on Twitter a few seconds ago, like Michael Avenatti's like, quit criticizing Biden. We need a brawler.
No, we fucking don't. No, we don't.
No.
And considering he's a guy who's
anyway.
Been in trouble for exactly the kind of toxic masculine behavior that we've been talking about, he shouldn't be commenting about.
Yeah, screw that guy. And that's the thing. Like the kind of brawler I want is the kind of campaign that puts out that campaign ad and just smashes Trump in the face with reason and logic, and like it's just well done, right? Like that's brawling, not like, oh, you're asking me a hard question, you're fat. Like, really, we're in grade 3 now. I don't want to do it. So I was also watching. I was on Twitter and I actually saw this happen in real time. Lawrence O'Donnell lost his shit on one Pete Buttigieg, because Pete Buttigieg came out and said that Democrats are really, really awful and have been historically bad at deficits,
right?
Which is a Republican talking point that is literally has no basis in fact whatsoever, right? All the deficits always go down under Democratic administrations, and they always go up under Republican administrations. He's basically using it, and he won't quit. Actually,
it's not just a Republican talking point; it's an inaccurate Republican talking point. Something that's never been true.
It's a lie. Exactly. It's just in no way, shape, or form based on fact. So, I mean, that to me, like, he's doing it because he's trying to go after the Warren and Bernie, because they're actually talking about increasing spending on programs and whatnot. But it's a horrible way to do it.
Yep. And Bernie Sanders was on last night to talk about, well, all these programs that we talk about will get paid for. We have a means to pay for them. It means reprioritizing what we spend our money on. And that's not a bad thing for me. And I'll tell you what, Bernie Sanders has been real impressive the last few weeks. I mean, I don't have a bad thing to say about Bernie Sanders as a candidate, except that he's 120 years old.
He's very old. Bernie Sanders doesn't make me mad at all. I don't like. I'm whatever.
Yeah,
whatever's planet. We'll see how all that goes.
Yeah, who is Zestra? I don't know who that is.
That's Ginny. Virginia.
Oh, hey, Ginny. Hey, she says, can't you just ask the band permission? I have sent them an email. The copyright holder is still alive. He has another record label in North Carolina now, and he's got to be in his 80s. Wow. Yeah, got it. But anyway, I have written him a letter to tell him why we want to use the song. I haven't heard back, so not sure what to do about that. But yeah. My friend Marv Boone, Marvelous Marvin, who works here in town in radio, is quite the pioneer. He tells me he thinks we're okay using it because it isn't an active label and it probably isn't going to show up on anybody's radar.
Right.
But I'm afraid to try it.
Yeah,
live.
no, legit. We're going to do a burner account and we'll test it out and see if that works.
So we know there's a hearing on Monday morning, and it looks like the Judiciary Committee is going to read in the Intel report. So they're going to basically, read it in as I guess what you would call like a factual reading, so that when they do make their articles of impeachment, it can't be argued that they were impeaching over nothing. That gets the Intel report read into the public record, and that's what's going to happen Monday. I think we should cover that. I think that's probably a good idea. I think that 20 years from now, when Corey's kids are in high school, it's going to be important for him to be able to say, yep, we were there. We watched and streamed and talked about every minute of this. And then he can go to class and do a presentation for his kids' history class.
Oh, snap. Okay. So we can create highlights on the fly.
That's cool.
So yeah, if you're in the Black Creator Studio thing.
I am not.
Oh, okay.
I'm just on the normal page that's showing this. I think
you can get there by hitting the YouTube Studio, and then you can just navigate to it.
Okay. That's cool. So yeah, you guys should know we're going to be a bit distracted as we sort all this out, so we can learn how to use all the tools. We actually think this is a more robust tool set than what is available to us in Facebook.
Legit.
We just, hey, Boxer Cat's there. Nice to see you.
What up?
That's our friend Elizabeth Wood from out in Colorado.
Oh, that's good to know. I never would have put that together, although I totally should have.
Yep. So. If Jennifer Racket is in with Yoda was like 900 years old, right? We're only calling this being Baby Yoda because there is no species identifier, right? It's unclear what species Yoda is. There's another species that looks similar but is unrelated in Star Trek canon, so Baby Yoda is kind of what we're stuck with. I would assume that if I'm the writers of The Mandalorian, I'm gonna tease us for 6 or 7 episodes before we find anything out about the origins of the Baby Yoda.
Was it you that was telling me about the theory about it matching up with the initial part of the Clone Wars, and that they might have cloned Yoda?
Oh no, it wasn't me, but that's it. Well, this is post Empire, so this is
long but he's 50 years old. He's 50 years old. The baby's 50.
Oh,
right.
Oh,
so 50 years before this time.
Nice.
Was the beginning of the Clone Wars. Right. Dave said Corey's moving to Miami. Those kids will end up in a gang, most likely.
Or snorkeling to school.
here's hoping. I like the snorkeling to school thing better. But Yoda is obviously related to Gremlins.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Jen meant, she meant in relation to Yoda, Bernie is just a wee lad.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That's the thing. Bernie's like basically 1.5 to 2 years old, depending on how you want to look at it.
So Bernie is like 12 in Yoda years.
Yeah. Not even. I see.
No,
Yeah.
it's like 10, less than 10. Yeah. I got you now. Okay. Yeah. Use
So
the
yeah.
Schwartz. I can kind of see like a Mel Brooks Yoda aspect to Bernie Sanders now that I'm thinking about it.
Apparently Hillary Clinton went on Howard Stern.
That pisses me off too.
Chris Cillizza from CNN said that she absolutely destroyed Bernie Sanders, which I sincerely doubt.
Yeah.
But also apparently she's not a lesbian. So that's a thing that we found out.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a deep and abiding dislike for Howard Stern. Howard Stern represents all of our worst masculine characteristics. Everybody thinks of him as some sort of shock jock, pioneering leftist rebel. He's not. He's a conservative.
I don't know anything about him.
They used to do this thing on the show. They may still do it, where they line up women and they judge their breasts. And I'm like, this is a slave market. You're looking at a fucking slave auction. How do people not recognize that this is exactly what's going on? Yeah, she was awesome on Howard Stern, but I have no respect for Howard Stern, and I'm disappointed that she actually deigned to do the show. She did. The best anecdote was that she sat next to George W. Bush at Trump's inauguration, and like he made his speech, and George Bush leaned over and said to her, "Man, that was some weird shit." I don't want to like George, but you know what? He's a amazing fellow for a war criminal.
Yeah, good, nice caveat at the end there.
Yeah.
Whoo.
No, Dave. No, he is. He represents a really conservative mindset. Where we'll disagree on that, but Jackson Katz, who does some really fantastic work with helping men redefine masculinity, does a really good piece about Stern. Think about it. What he's famous for is saying things on the air that nobody else was getting away with. And some of those things are deeply misogynistic and sexist. So I don't know how that's groundbreaking, but
you're pissing on Dave Myers' hero.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, no, I don't, like, people can change. And that's the thing. I don't know anything about him, so I don't have a qualified opinion one way or the other. But yay if he's grown up and transformed.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And I'm basing this on the 30 years that made him famous. So
how dare you?
Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. Like we're still blaming Bush for that one war where he killed 2 million people on a lie.
Oh my goodness!
How dare we? But no, like I do love the idea that people can evolve, and I want to leave space for that.
All right, me too.
By the way, I was also to Dave's point. I've been doing some more deep diving on Tulsi Gabbard to make sure that I have my own information straight. And I'm still in the process. But Myers, I just wanted to let you know that I'm actually doing that because
some more deep dive on who?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Okay.
Like if I'm gonna make declarative statements about her, I want to know what I'm saying and why I'm saying it.
Well, and that's wise because we all fell into a bit of a trap with Hillary in the last election cycle, where we tended to believe a lot of the things that were said about her that were not true.
And and I have to do more research on it, but in the cursory research I did, I'm satisfied with most of what I said, but I have to confirm the rest of it. And so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut about it until I am sure.
Yeah. So I had a couple of content items that I wanted to bring to everybody. Can I drop? Yeah, can we drop links in here? I guess we can in the comments. Let's find out. See, this is all a learning experience for us as well as for you. This is an MSNBC link. It worked. Trump again accused of mishandling info, creating a security threat. The House Intelligence Committee this week released a new report on Donald Trump's Ukraine scandal, which included phone records that pointed to a familiar concern. The president continues to use unsecured telephones. That includes frequent communications with Rudy Giuliani, who I might remind you is in the Ukraine at this very moment, while the former mayor was abroad. The revelation raised the possibility that Moscow was able to learn about aspects of Trump's attempts to get Ukraine to investigate a political rival months before that effort was exposed by a whistleblower report and the impeachment inquiry began. The disclosures provide fresh evidence suggesting that the president continues to defy the security guidance urged by his aides and followed by previous incumbents, a stance that is particularly remarkable given Trump's attacks on Hillary Clinton in the 2016 presidential campaign for her use of a private email account while serving as Secretary of State, which was wrong. And we all know it was wrong, but we also know after millions of hours of investigation that nothing criminal happened. Former deputy chief of Russia ops at CIA. Russia Station is probably one of the most prestigious assignments in CIA. John Cipher. I love the guy's name. His name is Cipher. Are you kidding me? It's like he was born to be a CIA agent. Said he may have effectively given the Russians ammunition they can use in an overt fashion, a covert fashion, or in a twisting of information. He added that it's so likely that Russia tracked these calls that the Kremlin probably knows more about those conversations than the impeachment investigators. There you go. There's your comforting thought regarding our president for the day. He continues to break security protocol in a way that endangers all of us.
Yeah, everyone's real surprised.
Yeah.
So, other than that, Mrs. Lincoln,
how Corey's run out of things to talk about. I honestly woke up this morning thinking about looking for good news, and the first three things I clicked on were like, holy shit, that's not good.
Jordan Witt just shared this meme out. If you're ever feeling down, just remember that the world is 4.5 billion years old, and you exist at the same time as Tool.
That's pretty good.
It is really
good news.
That's good stuff. That's that could have gone horribly wrong, and yet didn't.
Jen Racket, a dumb question. See,
denied.
I'd like to say there are no dumb questions.
I mean, we live in the age of Trump. There's no dumb questions from you people,
right? If SDNY is investigating Giuliani, why isn't the FBI tailing him in Ukraine? Seems we should be on him like white on rice right now. How do we know they're not?
Yeah, well, you can't tag everyone you're investigating without warrants necessarily. But I mean, yeah, well, and if the FBI does do it, then whoever does that at the FBI will get fired. You know what I mean? Like that. Like right now, the FBI is a wholly owned subsidiary and terrified of the boss
of Bill Barr and Donald Trump. Yeah,
yeah, right. So like they're currently investigating both the CIA and the FBI. By the way, and Rachel brought this up yesterday. The Inspector General, of course, they were asked by Bill Barr to do this, giant investigation, the Durham investigation, to see if there was any evidence that these investigations were started on bad precedent, and they weren't. There's zero evidence that this was done, in a malicious or irresponsible way. And of course, they're not releasing that report because it doesn't say things that they want. But at the same time, everybody at the FBI and the CIA has to be really, really afraid. And it's not like the SDNY can, through DOJ, which I'm sure they would have to go through, tell the FBI to do anything. Right.
Right. Okay. So here's what I think is happening. I'm going to bet with you that the embassy staff in Ukraine and in Moscow, which is going to include some embeds from CIA and NSA, I bet they are paying attention to who Giuliani is talking to. Whether they're reporting that up the chain or just collecting reports is a different matter.
Yeah,
right. I'm sure they are making a record of when Giuliani makes a phone call, because if the Russians come out and say something about something they learned from their surveillance, the CIA and the NSA need to be able to answer that. So I'm sure they're paying attention. I'm sure they're following him and listening in on what he's saying, especially now that we know that he's talking to the president on unsecured phones, just as a self-protective measure, because they later they don't want to be investigated and ask why they weren't following these conversations. See what I mean? So even though they're not acting on it, I don't think that means that they're not listening. I am absolutely sure that they're up on a wire, as it were. That's my street cred TV reference to The Wire there.
Well done.
Yeah.
So interestingly, I have to see if we can up the bit rate on Zoom, because right now we're getting a warning that the stream's bit rate of only a megasecond is lower than the recommended 2.5 megs a second.
Good Lord.
And I say, like, you remember when we could download an MP3 of a song in like a half hour?
Yeah. Yeah. My first desktop PC had 4 gigs of storage, and somebody said, "What do you got all that? You won't ever need 4 gigs of storage."
Oh man,
That was the year before Napster came out.
yeah, I think that's a lot of storage for back then.
Yeah, it was the 90s. It was the mid 90s.
And now, peer
My
to peer,
phone
you
has
can,
128 gigs of storage.
right? Like, well, and we were watching that the Seven Worlds, One Planet thing, which I highly recommend. It's really, really
cool.
good. But the peer to peer thing, like it's like 5 gigs an hour, right? Like it's extremely high def. And we were pulling those down in like 3, 4, 5 minutes. I'm like, wait, what? That's crazy.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Well, the day torrenting came out, the day I understood torrenting, it had been out a while. I'm on one of the looking for Pirate Bay or one of those places looking for torrents, and it said complete Tom Petty discography. I was like, what?
Yeah,
within minutes, I had everything Tom Petty had ever recorded. It was like,
right. Yes,
but then I promptly deleted it from my hard drive because that would be illegal.
Oh, pumpkin.
Yeah,
I mean, you got over that too. So yeah, Boxer just said, remember when you paid by the minute to use AOL? Yep. I never had to do that, thankfully. And just damn AOL and everyone like them straight to hell.
Yeah, I had a once a week online gaming thing. The first massively multiplayer online game was not an RPG. It was a flight simulator called Air Warrior, where you.
And now Greg will tell you all about it.
Met interesting people and killed them. And but every Thursday night, I spent my entire allotment of internet time on 2 hours of flying around shooting people.
Man, oh man, my entire allotment of internet time. If
right,
if Trump and Republicans are allowed to, be in office for another 4 years, that'll come back, or something like it. They're very quickly trying to create those kind of barriers again.
Yeah.
Oh, and hey, we even have emojis in here. Those emojis
that's cool.
are so cool. I like emojis. Suddenly, my brain.
Since when?
Like, boink, boink, boink.
Oh yeah. Okay. There you go.
All right. Now I'm having way too much fun. This is where YouTube is like, this is clearly a scam. 2 old people are not on YouTube just talking about emojis.
Oh, we got them fancy
but
emojis.
We are. Look, rainbow.
My day, you had to know the actual code to make emojis.
Back when I was your age, we had to walk uphill in the snow both ways, and also emojis were just typing things.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Dave Myers, one word Netscape. Yeah, I had a local ISP, and I remember like ISDN lines, which I needed to do audio and upload and download audio for work. Got to the end of my street and then stopped there for a year. God damn. It took a year for them to get ISDN to my house. It was crazy. Yeah. So.
Enable slow mode.
What?
Slow mode forces chat participants to wait a certain amount of time before posting messages. Like, obviously, we don't have to do that.
We don't want to do that. No,
denied.
I used to sit with my boyfriend in the computer lab where he worked. He showed me the internet, but told me to watch what I said and not let them realize I was a girl because all the nerds' heads would explode.
Yeah,
there's a girl on the internet.
Back when only dudes were online.
Yeah. There you go. Back in my day, we had to know the hex number for colors. That's no lie. I remember that.
Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah, I remember like the moments before WYSIWYG HTML editors, to make websites, where you actually had to know HTML code to make stuff happen. That was fucked up. I did not enjoy my time in that world at all. When Microsoft Front Page came out, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I immediately started a blog before anybody knew what a blog was.
Indeed, that's the best thing that ever happened to you. We need to get you out more.
It was pretty sad. Yeah,
back in the dis.
Well, no, and then I immediately could start creating content without worrying about how to code. Right?
Yeah,
I could do things myself. I didn't have to have a programmer to do stuff.
Very cool.
That was pretty cool. It was very liberating.
So other lame stuff. There is an active shooter on a naval base. Welcome to America.
Active shooter is dead. At least 2 have been killed in addition to the shooter.
Okay, that is what I meant to say.
Yeah. This didn't last long. Pensacola Naval Air Station is a very secure place.
So many minutes ago.
So he or she did not make it very long. But at least 2 dead. So Jen, I'm going to go take my calcium tablets now. Thanks.
Never dull. So yeah, I mean, so do quick week recap. We're gonna impeach the motherfucker.
We are. It's going to happen.
End of week. Like that's the whole week. Like we did this thing where. So hey, what's your feeling on Turley now?
My feeling?
I feel like every single opinion from smart people that's come out has made me feel much better about my opinion.
Something that's funny because I kind of feel the same way. He was not kind to the Republican case that this is not an impeachable moment. He's just saying they need more information, which is the Republican strategy, and I get that. But he didn't do what they thought he was going to do. The Republicans. He didn't say there's absolutely no grounds for impeachment. He said there probably is, but it needs to be more fleshed out. It's moving too fast, which is that argument is wrong because there's an election at stake, and this is past behavior indicates he tried to fix that election. He invited fixing that election, and he will do it again. So I don't like that argument. But he's a paid lawyer arguing their case. That doesn't necessarily.
Here's the thing: like he's the kind of paid lawyer that takes a case to muddy the perception of the law to get guilty people off. And I get that those lawyers exist. That's the thing
that's what lawyers do.
But when you're doing that at the expense of the country, that makes you a traitor. Period.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I listen. I'm not as maybe. I'm trying to think about why I'm not as upset about this guy as others are, and I'm not going to point to you specifically.
You can. I mean, I am.
Three other extraordinarily eloquent and well-informed professors of constitutional history told us all the reasons why that was not so. So he was one voice among four. He didn't make a very compelling case, and yeah, it is what it is. And I understand they're going to hang their hat on that, but they're outnumbered in the Congress, in the House. And there's time now for all of this to settle on the American people. And we're going to watch the polling numbers. We're going to continue to trend upward for impeachment. The numbers are better than they were for Clinton, certainly. They're approaching the highest number ever polled in favor of Nixon's impeachment. So we're on the right track here, even though it is moving fast. There's more, it's moving faster than it did in the 1800s. Yes, everything moves faster now than it did in the 1800s or even in the 1970s.
Right?
Our access to this information is immediate and complete. Like I went back and listened to Slow Burn about the Clinton administration because the second series of Slow Burn, the first one was about Nixon, second one was about the Clinton impeachment.
Yeah.
And the Ken Starr report was, I think, 700 something pages. And they manually printed 10,000 copies of it over 2 nights and distributed that. That's the only way for you to read the Ken Starr report was to actually get your hands on a physical copy of it. And those made it no further than the Beltway. Right. So, but what happened the other day was the Intel report was out within hours. You and I could read the entire thing. Within minutes, all of the news media had it. So things are happening faster. Guess why? Because things are happening faster in the real world. It's not like it's only happening faster in this impeachment process. Everything happens faster now. Right. Access to information is better. So I don't think that's a negative argument. I just don't think that's the case. I'm hearing congressional members and senators express this thing. Oh, well, we weren't allowed to do this and we weren't allowed to ask that. No, you have more rights in this process than your opposition did in the Clinton administration. Why haven't you made better use of the time and the availability that you had? Why didn't the president send his lawyers to participate in that hearing the other day? Right?
Yeah.
I don't think they get to argue. I don't think they're going to argue successfully that they were kept out of the process when we know that 49 of them had access to all of those Intel hearings, despite them storming the skiff, right? And on a lot of days they just weren't there. So
storm the skiff.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Order pizza. I can't believe all of them weren't punished for that, but that's just me.
Yeah,
you just play the song at home. You're right about that. We certainly can. Yeah, Sondland surprised them too, as did their own attorney. Right? I don't think this went well for the Republicans at all. And I look, I understand the anxiety about, well, it's going to go to the Senate and they're just going to defeat it. Okay, but does that mean we shouldn't have done it? if you are an investigating detective and you're investigating a crime, do you not pursue the investigation because you think the DA won't press charges? If you're the DA, do you not pursue the crime because you think the jury won't convict? No, you do the investigation, you file the charges. Guess why? Because it's urgent and it's the right thing to do. And this is where we are. There's no question for most of us that this president has done things that are dangerous to our country, impeachable things that are dangerous to our country. Therefore, however we think the outcome is going to be, whatever we think the fallout is going to be, we need to do this. Even if it means we lose some elections next year, which I don't think is what's going to happen. But that if that's your calculation, we're going to lose seats in the Senate and the House. Right. So we're not going to do the right thing because we're afraid of the political fallout. That would be a callous misunderstanding and misuse of the political nature of impeachment. Calculating that and not acting is exactly what they want us to do, so they can continue to fuck up our country. And I don't think we should let them get away with that. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah. He basically said we need more crimes investigated to have a solid case. No, this is a pretty fucking solid case right now.
That's exactly it.
And the reason there's not a more solid case is because the president is threatening anybody who wants to come testify. Right? Why haven't we heard from Pompeo? Why haven't we heard from Nick Mulvaney? Why haven't we heard from John Bolton? Because they're not testifying. Nothing they have to say would make the president's case better, factually. So their failure to participate in the process does not make a bad impeachment process. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, you can interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
Boxer Cat. Political fallout is less than danger to democracy. Yet no fact witnesses is their complaint, except that there's no fact witnesses for the president. That make his case.
Right.
So yeah. What were you going to say? Did you have something else?
So I'm creating an event, or I think I have created an event for next Friday.
Okay. Maybe that'll give everybody a notification.
Yeah, so people can get in. Well, no, you're gonna get a video. You're gonna get a video. Like if it's done properly, you're gonna get a notification every time we go live.
Right.
That's a thing that should happen. Okay, so now, boop boop boop.
Donna's madly typing away over there.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah, Donna just said, I think people will realize how deeply Senate is covering for this orange ass clown Russian asset, which is his legal name. I've got impeached the president going in the background. That's awesome. I think that's an appropriate thing.
By the way, Boxer Cat turned me on to a song the other day by Jarvis Cocker. Called Running the World, that if we had copyright capability, we were not sensitive to somebody using the C word 27 times in a song, it's definitely something we should play. So check out Jarvis Cocker's Running the World. It's really good. Dave Meyer says the YouTube launch seems to be going well. The comments aren't as good as Facebook, but whatevs, it's still working good. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, I can't wait to find out what all we can do with this. I'd like to be able to show videos while we're going and all that good stuff.
Right.
And we'll get there. We will get there. Yep. At what point do people begin to realize that we are becoming a Russian vassal state? Yeah, we are. I think a lot of people, I don't know, is it 27? I don't know how many times he uses the C word, but it's a bunch. It's in the chorus. So yeah, let's see. I think I don't think we're going to become a vassal state, but I think we are definitely. Rachel Maddow used the first 30 minutes of her show last night to unroll everything that's happened that benefits Vladimir Putin since the election of Donald J. Trump, and it's frightening. It makes a compelling case that he is an asset of the Russians, that he is working directly for their interests, not ours. And I think that's. And he's not alone. right? We know he's got support because it can't just be us out here on the fringe that know he's doing that. I don't think that Lindsey Graham is a dummy, right? I think Lindsey Graham knows exactly what the president is doing, and it really bothers me that he's not saying so. So what does that mean? It means Lindsey Graham is probably compromised as well. So I think what happens next in the next 6 months decides whether we get to keep our country or not.
Agreed. Yeah, Dave said I'm seeing more comments here than Facebook, so maybe it's even better. YouTube launch seems to be going well. Comments aren't as good as Facebook, but what else is still working good? The comments
read that one.
Good. Was that? Oh, sorry, I was not paying attention.
Yeah, that's okay.
I mean, I think the subject of the comments is going well.
Yeah.
So thank you, Warren. Remind people to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to know when you go live. So make sure you hit the bell icon. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get on my phone and do that. I'm gonna go on the YouTube.
Yeah, we got a bunch of new subscribers in the last few days, so that's cool. We like.
I just saw that the monetizing, like the ability to do memberships thing, starts when you hit 30,000 subscribers.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's I mean, we've got our own monetizing thing set up anyway. It's really, really cool when you can kind of tip people on the fly and all that shit. But yeah, we'll.
I think the only way we get there is by playing games on the internet live.
Maybe, right? I mean, that's yeah. Well, that, and I think it's going to be a matter of like interviews and really diving into making clips that have that capacity to go viral on YouTube.
Right.
We'll get into that later.
Well, let me talk about that for just a minute. That we have some intent to change the focus of the show over the next little while. Not really. Change the focus is not right. What we want to do when we are watching these hearings and we're watching Jim Jordan bloviate and Ratliff bloviate and what's her name from New York? I can't even remember her name now. Elise Stefanik. What we're aware of is that while that's happening, their opponents are on Twitter. Hey, if you don't like what you're hearing from your congressperson, vote for me. I'm their opponent. What we want to do is interview all the people that are running against the people we feel like are obstructing justice in this impeachment. And we're going to start working on getting those folks to come do what we're doing right now, is have them on live for an interview on the show. Corey has had much better luck nailing down high-level guests than I have, mostly because he actually works at it and I don't. So I think we're going to see you're going to see us do some more candidate interviews in the run up to the 2020 elections, and we want to make that happen. I need therapy after Maddow last night, right? I dozed off on Lawrence. I was so exhausted from Rachel.
You gotta read or listen to Blowout. Like I listened to the audiobook of her book Blowout,
right?
Because it's like it's all the same hour. It's a 16-hour long A block. It's incredible. It's really, I mean, it's Rachel Maddow, so it's gonna be really, really good. But
does she read it?
Really, really good. Oh yeah.
Oh, see, I would totally listen to that.
It's a 16-hour A block. It's nice. Amazing. Okay, so I'm on. I don't know where I'm on the mobile thing. I don't know where the bell is, but I would appear that I'm already subscribed.
That's cool. Donna says, I believe that a lot of members of Congress are compromised by Russia. I want them all exposed. Yeah, the NRA thing. What's her name? What's her name? The honeypot spy.
I don't remember.
What's her name, Donna? She's not listening.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, I had a whole.
The honeypot spy. What's her name?
The
Russian spy.
Butina.
Yeah, Maria Butina. I think that her work with the NRA compromised a whole bunch of Congress members.
So if you see, sorry to jump in here. So if you're seeing the chat, I backed out of the chat and it still shows the video, but it shows the video on the normal YouTube page.
Okay.
Right. So it's not like you're actually in the video or in the live. You're watching it as a video. And there was subscribed, and it gives you the option, like you hit the bell, it gives you the option to get all the notifications or whatever. So that totally worked. We're up to 20 subscribers now. So
nice.
we only have 980 to go.
Yeah, Dave says he meant just the comment interactions, that we can't like the comments, not that the comments are.
Yeah, no, I knew it. I knew he didn't mean that the comment.
Yeah, YouTube seems less glitchy than Facebook. I agree with that because it's not trying to run 8 million tons of junk in the background while we're on the air. So that's helpful. Dave, I've always had trouble with your comments. I get about 50% of them on Facebook. That's cool.
That's interesting.
NRA, Fox, and the GOP, I think they're all going down. I hope so. Hope so. That'd be good. So the count is now 3 dead. Suspect dead in the Pensacola Naval Air Station shooting. There's a live briefing on about it right now.
Great.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not able to keep up with who they think the shooter is. It's probably likely a service member because it happened on a pretty secure base. That's been the case in other base shootings.
I don't know if we mentioned this. You did the whole, hammer her, and Dave was like, "Yeah, sure, white male."
Right. But until I know, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but I get the whole, that evil person might be a woman because we want to be all. But no, it's a white male. Until proven a brown lady, it's a white guy because it's always a white guy.
Right.
Like that's not some kind of it's not like a sort of mean spirit or, I'm not targeting white males. It just always is white males.
Right.
Right.
Okay. How do we feel about when somebody just immediately assumes that it's a Muslim terrorist?
Okay. If 99% of them were Muslim terrorists,
right,
then you could make that assumption very easily and it wouldn't, in my mind, be bigoted.
Right. Yeah, Gail, that's correct. You can't like comments or respond directly to them. But I think if you type at, so if I did at and then hit G, it comes up with your name. Right. So
yeah,
I can comment directly to you like that is what we can do.
This is a good question. Greg, can he be impeached multiple times after this impeachment? If commits another impeachable crime, can the process start over? Yeah, yes. That was my impression as well.
Andrew Johnson, they tried to impeach Andrew Johnson 4 times and got him on the 4th try.
Yeah, I think we just, especially if he gets reelected, immediately start again.
Yep.
Oh, they're always trying to impeach the president. To which my answer always is yes. I mean, obviously.
Yep. Now there is some question about whether he can hold office again. Like most people that are impeached, when they were removed, what is in the language of the removal is and can never hold office of security or benefit of the federal government again. So I think that if he's not removed, he could run again. Right. So I don't know what the detail is there, but in all of the impeachment determinations where someone was removed that I saw, they in the language of the removal is and cannot hold office again. So that'll be interesting to see what's going on. Yeah, Boxer Cat reminds us the one black spree killer we know of was trying to hide murdering his wife.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because that's how you hide a murder is, more murder. Zestra is Ginny Rupert. Our friend Virginia Rupert that you see on our threads being very smart a lot of times. I mean, she's on our show being smart. She's smart every time she's on our show. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Ginny's way smarter than me. Corey's giving remedial internet classes to mom, I guess.
I wouldn't know about remedial. She's looking at stuff we were looking at this morning. So.
Oh, okay. Nice. Donovan Meter says there's one reason that I agree to the narrow impeachment parameters. They can keep trying.
We'll figure it out. Oh, well, you got it. We just need to get you the actual YouTube. You guys talk about.
Yeah, well, Corey's taking care of mom there. Donna, I agree with Donna. We talked about that last night. The one reason that I agree on the narrow impeachment parameters, they can keep trying. And we know that the Intel Committee has not stopped investigating. There's new information coming in all the time, so they may find other impeachable crimes. And I'm perfectly okay with us going through this for the next 5, 6, 8 years. Well, let's just say no more than 5 years, because otherwise that would mean that he got a 3rd term, and I don't even want to contemplate the weirdness of that. So yeah, there can be other impeachment attempts if this one fails. Of course, politically, that would get more difficult because people get fatigued by hearing about it. That it does come to look like a persecution. But we know the guy is crooked as a tree branch, and we need to get him out. All right. So Corey, you about ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
So they're going to read the report into the record. Anything else? Any witnesses? Or is the report going to be all day? I actually don't know. I'll look into that and see what we can do. It's our intent to stream it, though, I think for sure. Hey, Deb. Nice to see you. Deb Rivera has joined
Mom,
us.
now that you're here.
People are dropping in on us all the time. That's cool. That's different, Deb.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So, and make sure when you're, even if you have to go back and watch the video, there's a way to get to it where you can subscribe, and make sure to hit the little bell icon. That's going to give you notifications for when we go live. There's also actually an event that we will throw up on the So Local Live page that is going to have, like you could basically sign on to it in advance, because we will do this next Friday.
Right.
I have this next Friday at 10, so we'll just start there next Friday, I think.
Right.
And link back to it on So Local from
and
there.
There's Deb Marcotte. Nice
There
to
we
see
go.
See that I'm glad. I feel better already because I figured what might happen was we end up with 3 people this morning. But this is the usual suspects. Our normal team of folks is here. We have 17 people watching right now.
As long as all the family show up, we're good.
Right. And then what we do is we start growing the family, right? We start finding ways to bring more people in that want to have take part in the conversation. And as you know, sometimes we're a little bit burly when it comes to new people who drop in from on high, blasting on an air horn. So you know,
we've
get
got
to know us.
A lot of ability to you can remove people, you could put a user in timeout, you can hide users, and we can also add moderators. So like we could deputize basically anyone in this thread right now would qualify.
Right.
And so you guys will be able to help us be the shapers of the conversation in this thread, which I think would be really good.
Right. One more thing I want to talk about. Corey, do you have a timetable for when you're headed south yet?
Well, so Bab starts on the 6th of January.
Oh boy, that's
yeah. But it all depends on when we sell the house. So like
right.
I might be here for another couple weeks or a month or whatever it is. I don't know.
All right. So I just want to let people know that the show won't change. We are rarely in the same place doing the show.
Right.
I think there may be a week where Corey's less available because he's actually moving shit. But we intend to keep going. And thinking about it, when I calculate the amount of time Corey and I actually spend in the same room together, it's about once a month now anyway.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I'm going to be coming back once a month for gigs and the Express, thing to see everybody in person.
And I want to say nice things about Corey for a second here. And what I want to say is that, like I joked earlier about yelling at Corey when we first started doing this, he has opened broadened my horizons in so many ways for how we do this kind of work. That and my favorite thing in my entire media life, which starts with me working in radio when I was 18 years old, is sitting down with Corey and doing this show. It's the best thing that I've ever done for my soul. Whether it's good content or not is less important to me now because Corey also taught me that sometimes we just got to do the thing every day, and we want to, just the consistency of effort is as important as anything else we do. The technical stuff is less important than I always thought it was, and Corey has taught me a lot of lessons about being a professional broadcaster.
Jesus,
I'm excited about this, and I'm really
by
glad
accident maybe
with you. I'm really lucky that I get to do this with you every day. And when I contemplate coming on by myself, I get anxiety because it's just so much better when we have each other to play back and forth to.
That is entirely true. All right. So that's just about enough of that.
Yeah.
But thank you though. But before I start making self-effacing humor, thank you for that. I appreciate it a lot.
Own it. Just own it.
Yeah. Warren just said they elected a hardcore conservative party in Alberta, and shit's getting crazy there now.
Yep.
Fuck those clowns.
Yep, it is. Who is 7727 Carl 1? Oh, Carrie.
Carrie. Maybe Carrie.
Oh, is that Carrie DeLaff from joining us from Holland? That'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And Julie Murphy. So that's the other thing too. Like we're really going to be able to use your guys' help anytime. If you think of anything where something we say is really, really good, if there's a good moment, let us know because we can actually clip stuff out in real time. Because I think what we're gonna have to we have to get this at least up to 1,000 subscribers, which is around where we're at on the thing. But we need to get much better at our game. And so between sharing this out to Facebook and Twitter eventually, we're gonna have to get good at spreading the word a little bit. To get our numbers up. So hopefully you guys will be able to help with that.
All right. So we ready to wrap this up, buddy?
Yeah. Yeah, I only had a shake before. Now I want food that's real.
Yeah, I think it's turkey sandwich time. I still have some turkey in the fridge.
Turkey sandwich.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to
All
happen.
right. Well, thanks for coming to YouTube. Here we are. We're all on YouTube now. That's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's funny. You need to get 4,000 hours of view time to hit the sort of next career level or whatever.
That'll only take us like 12 years.
Not even that. No, it won't take that long at all.
4,000 hours?
Yeah. Have you looked at how many hours we have on Facebook of viewed time? It's a lot. It's like
I thought you meant content time.
No. Although I mean that would take us a lot less time than normal. No, like so having an hour and having 100 people watch is 1,000.
All right, so we should
or
get
it's 100 hours. I mean, not 1,000. Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't either.
Yeah, but it won't. that I'm way less worried about that than actually getting our subscription numbers up. So
cool. All right, we love you guys very much, and we'll do this again on YouTube next Friday, unless it goes so well that we decide to do it on Monday. I don't know.
Yeah. And if I could fix goals and gratitude, like I wanted to do goals and gratitude on YouTube, but I really don't know. They might get angry if I
playing TED Talks.
Figure that out, or I might have to change the concept or whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it does work on Facebook, so we might just have to keep doing it there.
All right. See you guys Monday morning. If the hearings start at 9, we'll come on a little before 9. If they start at 10, we'll come on a little before 10. Unless something earth-shattering, gigantic happens over the weekend. We'll see.
Yes.
All right.
What the shit? Okay, sorry for the random thing. Florida's first snow park to open November 2020 in Dade City.
Dade City, yeah.
Fuck off. Why? It's okay. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Because Yankees.
Freaking Yankees.
I mean, frankly, I live adjacent to a kayaking paradise, and we want to put pictures of beaches on our Pasco County tourism lit. That's ridiculous. We're not a beach community. We live next to the best beaches in the world. Why would we try to? That's stupid.
That is stupid.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to get out of here and go have some lunch. Love you guys very much. Sasquatch is real. Take it away, Corey.
Nailed it.